all the things that we have on our minds, right? Knowing how far it came from. But it wasn't always UTT Valsayn, was it, Matthew?
No, it was not. Apparently, it was the Valsayn Teachers College before,
Yeah.
right? It had the Valsayn Teachers College and the other one in South. Can't remember the name.
Yeah, we won't talk about them.
Nah, not at all. No, and before they had to do the diploma program. I guess it was I think it was 2 years, and then UTT took over and changed everything with teachers. The requirement to teach would have been a bachelor's degree.
Right.
So it changed to a 4-year program, and that's how things evolved from there.
Okay, nice. Nicole, I remember someone telling me that you were there from early on. Just give us a little idea as to what was it like back then?
All right, so hi everybody. And I am almost tearing up here because I'm seeing some of my classmates are here, Miguel Simon and Jason O'Connor. We were part of that original diploma program that Matthew spoke about. So there we were, went into college, teachers college, under the expectation of being there for 2 years and then moving on with our lives. Mm-hmm. Boom, near the end of that first year, and when I say near, I mean real close to the end of our first year, we get the news that things are about to change. UTT is now coming in, and it was uncertain. I think uncertain is a mild word to describe what we felt back then, because it was a case of our year twos from the college dispensation graduated, and there we were in limbo. We weren't sure if we were going to be allowed to continue, what was going to happen. The situation was really uncertain. But being us, we decided until it became certain, nothing would happen. So
that is how the lion blood came about.
Well, actually, the lion pride came about after that. Oh. And that was purely by accident. It was really by accident. But it was a happy accident because now lions continue to roar. You know? Yeah. So lion pride was long after that. But what I would say is the original get into this whole UTT thing, listen, it was a headache and a hot sun march and a... Whew. And boy, did we shut down the place. Yes, we did. We shut down the place. But complete shutdown. Both campuses. Nothing happening.
but after that process, right? When things ironed out, how was the transition after that? We know it was a little turbulent to start, but when did it settle down actually?
It settled down near the end of October that year.
Okay. So
things started to settle down and classes, because then, like I said, our situation changed because we were in transition. We were in-service teachers, and we didn't have a clue as to what was going to happen. So once that situation was made clear by our employers, the Ministry of Education, everything started to flow. And at first there were content hiccups because some of the content we would have covered already in the college dispensation in our first year and whatever. But once things started rolling, Valsayn, to be brutally honest, started to rule the roost in the university. What do I mean by that? Teachers are used to having recreation. Mm-hmm. And there was none in the university. Absolutely none. So Valsayn did what we do best. And we started to agitate. So we agitated. We got football, we got cricket, we got netball, we got basketball. And all these things turned into that whole movement that was all these university sport leagues. Mm. That is where the lion pride came from, because if I'm not mistaken, I was not there, but I think Jason was part of that original thing where when they went to get uniforms for the football team, the only thing they could get was a whole batch of orange. Listen, I told you it was a happy accident. So what was available from what I understood and what I remember, and Jason could probably come in here anytime he wants, because they were part of the going to get that uniform thing. And they got this batch of weird looking orange uniforms. But you know what? We embraced it and Lion Pride was born.
Jason is there? Jason on?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Jason. Can you give us a little idea of as to the concept of this lion? Because I mean, it will be years after till I came in, but that Lion Pride was up to today. It is still strong. It is still very strong. Where did that concept come from?
Honestly, it had to either been the supporters or I know Petula had a say in it, but Nicole was right about the orange color. We went to get uniforms for the first ever league that would have been December 2006, and we went to Rossi, put up our money, and the only uniform that they had in major bulk numbers was orange. So it was an orange top with an orange pants and orange socks. So that was how we got orange. And I guess with the supporters and the girls used to kind of call us the Lions. I'm not sure exactly where that lion came from, but I know it had to be that first year of football, that first football season in 2006, the first semester of a UTT when we were there. That is where that whole orange and the lion came about, and that's where the song came about, because we had these girls used to support us. That'll be Suzette and Alana and Farasai, and they used to sing this song. And I remember we'd be on the field and we just say, ain't nobody better than Valsayn. Yeah. And that is where that whole song came from, and that is where the whole ain't nobody better than Valsayn song. And even that jersey, I know the jerseys and stuff that the branding that we did, Suzette Pereira would have had a key thing in getting the whole Lions and the Lion Pride and stuff. So, but I guess it would have come from either the football team or the supporters or somewhere that Lions came from.
Okay, nice.
Outside of that as well, what happened and what Jason is probably leaving out, but I'm sure not on purpose. The Lion Campus dominated everything we went into, not just that year, but 4 years to come after that. And listen, wherever Valsayn when they waited, listen, it was so entertaining because we didn't care. So we used to roll in like lions. Jason, I don't know if you remember the first day we went to Corinth campus for classes when we started the PE degree. Everybody wore orange.
Yeah, I remember that.
The entire class, 30-something of us, everybody wore orange.
But not only that, I will go back to, I saw even before that, the first UTT Sports Day. Well, it was the second one actually.
Oh, yes.
The first one they had was like fields of studies grouped together. But the first
year would that have been? What year would that have been?
That would have been maybe 06, 07.
Okay.
Right? But the first big one that they had was at Sandotech grounds. And that was the first time they had this whole intercampus a rivalry building. And it was a muddy, rainy day on the field. That was in 2008 in Sandotech campus. And Valsayn went with about a team I must say, if it was a team of 30, it had, was it 3 or 4 fellas and a bunch of girls. And somehow, because this one was novelty events, it had all kind of different like fun events. And Valsayn won. That was our first sports day victory. We won the sports day before that. I believe we won in 2006 or 7. when we were part of education, we won that one also when it was Valsayn and Current. But the first campus inter-campus sports day, Valsayn won it.
Okay, nice, nice. So
I
that you
actually
could,
have a picture. I don't know if I could
Mhm.
share it or I don't know how I could share it. I found a picture
I
on
found
my
several
Please, please.
shame.
I found a picture on my Facebook with us with the trophy and the flag and if you see the picture, there are two fellas in the picture. It was a whole bunch of girls.
Well, that seems to be the trend with Valsayn, because we actually continue that pattern. So I don't know if it's something that you all left with us, and it transcended. I had to say generations and terms till we reached to the point where, well, if you look at the match pass teams and stuff, it's mainly made up of the girls, right? But there's always that support. There's always that, like you mentioned there, that crowd coming, that batch, the whole pride when one of us going, everybody going, and we are still hated. I must say, I can't say that we are not proud to be hated, but we are still hated in every sense of the word. Um, and we continue that the tradition of dominating, right? Matthew, I don't know if you want to come in here, in terms of when you came in, to the campus, that first few, I don't even want to say years, but that first term, what was it like?
Wow. I remember my first week of Valsayn Campus. It was totally different. I mean, listening to Jason and Nicole, I mean, you're talking about things well, I could say I was a cub. I wasn't born into Valsayn as yet, right? Um, but you know, you would hear all these stories. That first week they had an entire hype going on, trying to build that campus spirit and everything. So they were teaching us the chants, and I was like, this is what campus life is about. This real cool. I want to be in everything, you know. But I mean, the tradition, we put it on our shoulders. We carried that, you know, bunch of girls, couple of fellas, and still dominating in everything that we take part in. Um, we are just known as the vibes campus. The campus with the most vibes, the most energy. I think it's the orange, but it's carry a kind of vibe, that kind of energy that people will turn to us and be like, why they having fun? You know, sometimes we might be losing, but why they having fun? You know, and that was the whole thing about it, you know. And yeah, we just enjoyed ourselves. Um, every day we tried to take part in any extracurricular activity that was there basically. And again, we just show that pride all the time. We hate it, but you know, we still show up and just enjoy ourselves, you know.
Um, Desra wanted to chime in. Desra, you hearing us?
Yes, are you all hearing me?
Yeah, we hearing you.
Okay, good night, everybody.
I
Well, I wanted to chime in at the time when you all were using the word hated by all, but I think it's a bit of a strong word. Maybe envied might be a better word. You know, people will envy the more lively ones and the ones who seem to be having fun and so on. I was at the Valsayn campus. In fact, I was one of the first cohorts of teachers that they brought in from secondary schools to do the secondary B.Ed program. We started off at John D because Valsayn didn't have any room for us at the time. And we had to do our first year at John D while they were preparing the campus for this rather large group of students, which included both secondary and primary school teachers. So we joined it, I think it would have been 2008. And in fact, I was on the guild for 2009 or 2010, somewhere thereabouts. And I remember one of our projects well, I did a math major in secondary school, and we had to do a project showing our PBL, which is problem-based learning. And we designed something for the Valsayn Campus, which is a sort of an indoor recreation facility. I don't know if that was ever revealed to other people after, where we had like an indoor jogging park and a swimming pool and, plans for those sort of things in that big, wide open field that they had, piece of land that they had.
To the front of the campus? By the
front, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, we saw a vision, and it was, I remember the minister at the time was Mrs. Manning, and I really admired that they had this dream that the education campuses would be like the campus where you are training teachers to be teachers. And I was all for that. Because in any profession, you want to become a doctor, you go to med school, you want to become an engineer, you go engineering, and so on and so forth. But we had nothing for teachers really if you're going to teach secondary school, right? So I was always one of the, the proponents for training teachers to become teachers. And I'm very proud that I did that Bachelor of Education program. In fact, I still have it in my craw that they still want us to go and do what I always call a little crash course called a DPED.
Where we spent
4 years of becoming professional teachers and doing various levels of teacher training, where we would go out in our different schools for different periods of time, do our practicum and so on. I still have it in my core, and unfortunately that no government after that has seen that vision that it is needed to have that education for teachers. But we wouldn't go into that right now. I was also one of the first, when I was on the Guild, that is when we started to do the graduation portrait. And my dream then was to have a yearbook. But somehow, because we just used to be changing guilds so soon all the time and having to go off on practicum, it used to take away from a lot of the preparation that we had to do as guild members. And but fortunately, we started to have the graduation portraits being done. I think it was since 2010 was the first set of official graduation portraits. And I have designed the whole layout and so on. And, I think it's still going on. Unfortunately, this year they couldn't have done it because of the COVID and so on. I don't know if next year those people who are graduating, would be able to still get their portraits done and so on. So that is my little 2 cents. I saw the building of the big building in the back, Block J, I think it was K. And, the likes of Dr. Gori, the late Dr. Gori, and Mala Ramdas, and Muhammad Hanif, math teacher, and, a few others. So
nice that you should mention some of those names. Well, hopefully when we do our follow-up with our other seminars where we touch on education and stuff, we could reach out to you, and we will have that discussion then. But I would like to show you all just a little tidbit, all right? So let's see if we could bring back a little bit of those memories.
Sweet memories for the ladies.
Hey yo, Double M.
And Tyra Riley. Oh gosh, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, let we make a memory. Ooh, I can feel it in my heart. Hey, feel it in my soul. And I can feel when we're apart. Girl, I want you to know when I'm with you, you're all I need. You're taking over me, and I would never leave. When I'm with you, I don't ever feel like letting go. Don't let me go.
So let we make a memory. We jamming girl picture way, like a movie they'll be watching way. watching. We coming now, look, we coming. And we ready to go hard again. We coming again. And after that, you know they go target. Because they go be calling we name. They calling we name. So let we make a memory. We jamming girl picture way. Like a movie, they'll be watching way. Girl, let we make a memory. Take a shot inside a year. Hustle until we meet up again. So let we make a memory. Do something that new to me. Make something that we could share. Post it up inside a year. So let we make a memory. They're looking for we to frame. I guilty and take the blame. Up against the wall again.
Girl, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah. Feel it in my soul. And I can feel when we're apart. And I want you to know when I'm with